Well, we finally did it. We pulled the plug on our off-grid power system while it was still running great. What's up with that?
No way!
Today we're choosing the new gear, ripping out the old setup, and hauling 1,300 pounds of batteries out the door by hand, just Lisa and me. Boy, I'm gonna have a sore back tonight. Let's see if we survive this.
The ready life into the country.
So first off, we had to pick which items we were gonna go with for the new system so we could order them and have them here ready to go as soon as we tore out the old system. So our first step was to hop into our calculator that's actually in the Ready Life Academy. There's a whole course on designing your off-grid power system, and I created this calculator where you can just plug in your power usage, some climate data and shade data for your location, and it'll tell you exactly what size of system that you need. So I did all that. It says 6 batteries. If I can up that to 8 in the future, I'd love to, but we went with 6 for now. I didn't need 2 inverters because we don't have big loads, great big giant loads in our house. So 1 inverter was just fine with me, and 6 batteries will be great. A huge step forward from where we were at, and we can always add more later on if we need to. So we ordered from Current Connected. I was happy with them. I've got links down in the description if you're interested in ordering from them. And I've heard really good things about their support, and they have some of the best pricing that I've seen overall if you take averages. So we got it ordered, and then we went to the freight terminal to pick it up. Okay, here's the power system, and all looks good. I was just checking that top thing. It had a little bit of a dent in the box, but everything was fine in there. You want to check that before you sign on the slip so that you can note any damage that you see. So we got the batteries down here, and then the inverter is up here, you could see there, and other miscellaneous boxes. So pretty exciting. Okay, so we're gonna unload the new power system. Okay, what do we have here? Now comes the big boys. These are heavy beasts. Okay, there we go. So here we have most of the stuff. We've got batteries. There's 2 batteries there, and then 4 more batteries there. And then we've got surge or SPD's surge protection devices. And we've got cabling, battery cables, inverter cables. We've got the Midnite solar all-in-one inverter there. And then I've already got the battery combiner set out there. So we're getting it all together, and then we've got the parts for the solar stands, for the solar mounts there, and various places. So I've got a lot of stuff. Oh, and also these are the racking systems for the batteries. So there we go. So we're taking apart the battery combiner right here and laying out everything that is needed for the system. We're going to lay it out on this blanket right here in the shop before we take apart the old system. And that's kind of an important, necessary first step to make sure that you have everything you need. And I suspect that we'll probably have a few times that we have to run to the store anyway, but I'd like to minimize those if at all possible. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look here at what we're working with, what you'll see inside the box. And we've got the battery. And this is the bracket that bolts up to the wall, and then the inverter hangs on that. And I don't know if you can see it here, but we've got the inverter in here, the top of it up here, and the bottom of it down here. Okay, it's going to be a bit of a beastie. You can put your hands under there, and that does not go all the way back. So this is thicker than that is.
Got it.
So your hands shouldn't get pinched when you set it down.
Okay.
I have handles because it's the heavy end. Look. Well, the time has come, and we are tearing our old system out. It's been 7 years on the batteries and 6 years on most of the rest of this equipment. And everything's working great still. We're not changing anything because it's not working or it's broken or whatever. The batteries are still going strong, and the inverter and the charge controller are working flawlessly, and it's been a good system. But our power usage has increased substantially since we first put this system in years ago. In fact, I think our power usage has almost doubled as the kids have gotten older and we have more in the household and everything, and we've gotten more careless about power usage and all that sort of thing. And you can't even get this equipment anymore. Magnum is out of business now, unfortunately. They made good stuff, at least back in the day. And so I was really sad about that. So anyhow, it's kind of like saying goodbye to an old friend. Excited to get the new system in. The timing of this is going to be interesting because pretty soon here, I'm about to get to the point where we're going to have to cut the juice, and then we're not going to have any power until we get the new system in. And so I'm hoping maybe we can do that in one day, but I'm not holding my breath. Oh man, that was really optimistic to be thinking we'd get all that done in one day. I mean, totally feasible if you have a well-constructed house. This equipment, this new system that we're putting in is super easy to install, but we ran into some twists and turns in our old, poorly constructed home. And so we ended up doing some additional projects to make things better, some of which we were expecting and some of which we were not. And so that took a lot longer than expected. If you want to see what happens with all that, how it all turns out, you'll want to see the upcoming sequels to this video, go to thereadylife.com/subscribe, and we'll let you know as soon as the next video drops. And there's also some other cool free gifts there if you subscribe at thereadylife.com/subscribe. So the moment has come. We've gone about as far as we can go before we have to cut the juice. Gotten the battery box disassembled, and we've topped the batteries off and equalized them because they're going to be sitting for a little bit before we get them in their new home. So we wanted them to be all topped off and good to go for a little while. And so now we got to cut the juice on this system that's been going for so many years. So First off, we will cut the solar that's coming in, and then the charge controller out, and the breaker to the DC refrigerator. And then before I flip the main breaker, I'm going to turn the inverter off. So we'll go over here and boom, she's off. And now we'll throw the main breaker that disconnects the batteries from the DC disconnect and the inverter and everything. Then we're going to do a quick double check here. There's still going to be power coming in from the solar array, so we'll still need to go out and turn the breakers off in the combiner box out at the solar array, because there's still solar coming and energizing this negative and positive bus bar here, and so I don't want to mess with it until that's completely gone. But you want to always double check with your voltmeters. Let me turn it to DC and show you that we do have power still coming in from the solar array. Right there, 138 volts. But if we go up here and check that, we have no juice going out or going into the inverter or coming out from the inverter. Also, we can check, the other thing we can check is the top side of the breaker, so like going into the positive on the inverter, and then the negative, it's just a tiny bit of bleed. My guess is that's probably from capacitors that are still charged up in the inverter. It'll take those a few minutes to bleed off. Okay, so now I need to put that insert back on the front of this, but I'm glad it's off for now because I want to check the voltage once I flip these off. Okay, and then we will check our voltage to make sure we don't have anything going down the line. Okay, so we have our negative there, positive there, and showing nothing appreciable, just a tiny bit of leakage, less than a volt. So that's what we're looking for. Okay. Okay, so let's check here on the inside. And once again, just a 1/10 of a volt or something, just a little bleed over. Okay, so we're good there. I think the capacitors are still bleeding off. Takes a few minutes. Okay, and then I just want to check this side, and there should be current there. Yep. That's why we're still hearing the batteries bubbling. They're still, voltage is still elevated. Okay, so I think we're good to start disconnecting stuff. We have no appreciable voltage coming in on the solar wires, and the generator cable coming in there. Of course, the generator isn't running, so of course it wouldn't have anything. But okay, good. Let's do this thing. It'd be even better with electrical tape. But electrical tape is a little more spendy than duct tape.
And we're budget, so.
There we go. That'll work. It's not pretty, but it'll work. Okay, so now we're going to pull out the handy dandy voltmeter again, and we're going to check the other end of the battery cables. So there's the positive. Dead.
Dead as a doornail.
And now it's... So, to give us more space in getting this battery out, I think I'm gonna work now on getting all of this cabling and conduit out of the way. So, I believe this is the right size, yep. Notice I'm wearing some rubber gloves, and that's just because battery acid is nasty stuff, and I've gotten it on myself so many times. You're not gonna die from it, but why? You know, if you can protect yourself from it, why not? And it's kind of a mess to get off of your hands too. It's sticky, and you certainly don't want to rub your eyes if you've gotten battery acid on your hands. I've got a pair for you on the table.
Thanks.
When you get to the point where you're touching these too.
Also holy jeans.
Yes, that's another good point. Holy jeans, because when we pick these battery cells out, they are likely going to get a little bit of battery acid on them, and they're going to look like this. So you don't want it to be a nice pair of jeans. Okay, so we've got all of the external stuff disconnected here, and so I'm going to put the cover back on to protect it and give it some structural stability while we move it, because I'll find a better place for that.
I hold it.
Oh, I've got a place right over here. There we go.
And a good system.
Get past them. Very good system.
Almost sad to see it go.
I know. I like how low tech it is. You
Maybe
know,
we need to put it over at the rental.
yeah. I like how low tech it is. There's not all this high tech stuff that could go wrong on it. I mean, the high tech stuff is nice, but there's something to be said for low tech also. Okay, so now we gotta take these bolts loose. There was one behind here. I made the mistake of putting one behind the charge controller, and that's why I was up till midnight last night.
Oh.
Trying to wiggle this thing loose and then pull it out and then get that bolt loose and back behind it. So that one's loose now. Don't make the mistake I did, just go with the other positions that you can bolt on here. No way!
Oh, that is hilarious!
So Daddy, what did you just do?
Well, I just took the hood off the inverter way up here,
Uh-huh.
and what do you think I found? An inscription.
I wonder who that could possibly be.
Who could that be? I love you. He probably did that not long ago, and
Knowing that we were gonna be.
that would be like him.
Oh man, I love that kid so much. Okay, it's out.
Okay. Take your time. Okay.
What about the? I guess that's not connected to anything.
No,
All right.
shouldn't be. So,
Ready?
as ready as I'm gonna be.
Okay, I got you.
I wonder if we should try. No, leaning out is the thing.
Because we gotta lift up slightly to get off those wood screws.
I wonder if we should try rotating it down like that.
I'm okay with that.
The inverter's heavy though.
Let's go.
Okay, if it starts going, just let it go.
You've got most of it, sweetheart. I've got hardly anything.
Okay. That's the way I want it.
Okay, it's off.
Okay.
Do you have it?
I think I've got it. This is the cable that puts these two in series, because each of these is 12 volts. Okay, I'm thinking let's carry these out and then we can be unbolting this while we recover from that. Give us a little bit of a break.
That's a smart idea. There we go. How do we... There we go. Still has some of it on there. Oh, you're gonna need that.
Try and break it loose. I might need some sort of a come along or something.
And it's like 100+ pounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just be careful.
First cell is the hardest one to get out. So we are trying something that I've done in the past. That is trying to create a little space in there between the cell and the walls, and then spray WD-40 in between there. I've done that on 3 sides now. We'll try and happen on the 4th side. I actually did something like this when we installed the battery. And we're just kind of moving it around. There's just a tiny bit of play. So we're moving it left and right, front, back, and see if we can't make something happen here. Okay. There we go. Okay, I got it.
I got it! Woohoo!
That's what I had to do on the last forklift battery system like this that I took apart.
Yeah, I'm glad we're doing one in the middle instead of one on the edge over there.
So,
I think it's going to be a lot easier.
once I get it up, then I'm gonna try and set it like right here,
Okay.
and then I'll hop down and then you and I will grab it. Okay, so I'm gonna need to, after I pick it up, spray some more in there. In fact, let me pick it up and you can spray it, then we'll set it back down.
Okay. Your workout.
Ouch.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, you got it. You
Yep.
got it. All right. I got it.
Sure.
Yep. Positive. 100%.
Boy, I'm gonna have a sore back tonight.
So sorry. Okay, so if
We
you
can
grab
twist.
one side.
We gotta stay level now.
Okay.
Do you want more pipe?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you were needing to pull
No.
it that way.
Mm-mm.
Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3, go. Okay, set it in now. There we go. Okay.
All right, out we go.
Is there some way we could hook a come along up?
There's nothing above.
Well, that's a wrap on this one. The old gear's out, the juice is cut. If you want to see how it all comes together, head to thereadylife.com/subscribe. It's totally free and we'll send you a heads up when the next video drops, plus some awesome free gifts. And when it drops, we'll also put it over here. But in the meantime, I'm putting another video there that I think you're going to really appreciate that'll tell you about the new power system that we're putting in and give you some really important info on that.